What it do, people? I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Knowdatsports Podcast. It's your boy Moore Drive, man. Y'all know I represent Knowdatsports to the fullest. Week 6 is here, and it's time to break that motherfucker all the way down. I started off a little shaky because Thursday night I was completely wrong. I thought Philadelphia was gonna beat the Giants, and the Giants beat the hell out of them. But I'll make it up on Sunday. I bet you that. And we're gonna jump it out with the 9:30 game against the Denver Broncos versus the New York Jets. The Denver Broncos the favorite by 7.5 points. I say Denver. I say Denver. Ooh, I'm over there. I say Denver cover the 7.5 points against the Jets. I like Denver defense. I really like their defense. I say they cover the 7.5. Over and under is 43.5. I say under. I don't see both of these teams scoring over 20 points, period. And I know Denver defense. Denver defense ain't no hoe. So I know what's going on that one. So I say under the 43.5. I say the Denver Broncos cover the 7.5. They're the 9:30 game. I think you're playing in London or something. I really don't know well, but I know it's an out-of-town game. Overseas game. First 1 o'clock game, Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh is the favorite by 4.5. They coming off a bye week. I say Pittsburgh cover the 4.5. 38.5 over and under. I say under the 38.5 because I believe Cleveland defense gonna play pretty good ball and Pittsburgh defense gonna play pretty good ball. So I say under the 38.5, but Pittsburgh cover the 4.5. Next up, LA Chargers against the Miami Dolphins. Chargers against the Miami Dolphins 5.5 points. They in Miami 1 o'clock. I say the Chargers don't cover the 5.5. I like the Chargers to win this game, but I don't believe they cover the 5.5 points that they're giving the Miami Dolphins. So I'll take Miami with the 5.5 and say appreciate you at home. Over and under 45.5, I say up the score. I see both the teams scoring over 20 points. Miami at home, I see both the teams scoring over 20 points. Next up, New England Patriots at New Orleans. New England is the favorite again. New Orleans 3.5 points. I don't think New England covered the 3.5 points just because they're on the road in New Orleans, the 1 o'clock game. I think New Orleans gonna play pretty good ball at home. So I say New England don't cover the 3.5. Over and under 46.5. I see up the score. I can see both the teams scoring over 20 points. Next up, LA Rams versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Baltimore has been looking real bad. I think Baltimore lost like 2 straight, 2-3 straight. I think 2 straight or whatever. They're playing the Rams in Baltimore. I like the Rams to win the game. Matter of fact, I like the Rams to cover the 7.5 points that they're giving Baltimore. I say the Rams cover that. Over and under is 44.5. Once again, I say the Rams cover that 7.5 that they're giving the Baltimore Ravens. Over and under 44.5, I say up the score. I see both these teams scoring over 20 points. I think Baltimore get on track a little bit, but it won't be enough. I ain't gonna say I can see both these teams scoring 20 points. I see Baltimore Elite putting up 14. And goddamn, I can see the Rams putting up at least a dub. No, for real. More than a dub. I see the Rams putting up at least 28 to 30. No, for real. So I say up the score on the 44.5. The Rams cover the 7.5 that they're giving Baltimore. Next up, Arizona at the Colts. The Colts are the favorite, 5.5. I think Kyler Murray he sprained an ankle or something like that, but let that be known. But with that be going on, I like the Colts to cover the 5.5. No, for real, I like the Colts to cover the 5.5. The Colts been playing pretty good ball. At home, I like the Colts to cover the 5.5 points. 46.5 points is 46.5 is the over and under. I say up the score. I can see on the Colts putting up at least 30. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them put up 40 about 2 times, so I know they can put up at least 30. So I say up the score on the 46.5. Next up, Seattle at Jacksonville, 1 o'clock game. Jacksonville is the favorite, 1.5 point again, the Seattle Seahawks. I say Jacksonville cover the 1.5, over and under 44.5. I say up the score. I see both these folks scoring over 20 points. Next up, Dallas at Carolina. Dallas is the favorite again. Carolina 3.5 points. I say Dallas don't cover the 3.5. Period. I'd say Dallas win, but I don't think they can beat them by 4 points or better. Over and under 48.5. I say up the score. I can see both the teams scoring over 20 points. I can see this thing going down to a field goal by the Cowboys winning over out of here. But they don't cover the 3.5 period. That's the last 1 o'clock game. Next up, 4 o'clock game. Tennessee at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are the favorite, 5.5. I don't see the Raiders covering the 5.5. I see it being a close game. 41.5 is over and under. I say up the score. Say them and Tennessee and the Raiders be pretty even. So I say up the score. I can see both the teams scoring over 20 points. Next up, 49ers at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay in the favorite, 2.5. I say Tampa Bay cover the 2.5. Over and under is 46.5. I say under. I don't see both the teams scoring over 20 point period. Next up, Cincinnati at Green Bay. Green Bay coming off a bye week. They're the favorite. They're giving Cincinnati 14.5. I'm gonna say they're gonna cover the 14.5. No, for real. I say Green Bay cover the 14.5. They mad about the last game down to the Cowboys. So I see the defense playing pretty good ball. Over and under 43.5. I say up the score. Cause I can see Green Bay putting up by 30, and Cincinnati probably putting up by 10 or 14 to the most. Next up, that's the last 4 o'clock game. The 8 o'clock Sunday game, Detroit at Kansas City. Kansas City is the favorite. I said Kansas City is the favorite by 1.5. I said Kansas City do not cover that 1.5. I like Detroit to win the game. Over and under is 48.5. I say under. I say up the score. I say up the score. I say up the score. Up the score on the 48.5. Kansas City don't cover the 1.5. I like Detroit. It's 2 Monday night games. The first one are the Bills in Atlanta. The Bills are the favorite. They get Atlanta Falcons 4.5 points. I don't say the Bills don't cover them 4.5 points. I think Atlanta got that put up a fight. So the Bills don't cover the 4.5 points. 49.5 is over and under. I say up the score. The last game on Monday night, Bears at Washington. Washington the favorite, 4.5. I say Washington cover the 4.5. 49.5 is over and under. I say up the score. I see both of these teams scoring over 24 points. Now, three quick things real quick if I can get y'all folks out of here, man. Now, for real, y'all know where they are. And if you don't know, I'm down to finna let you know. Game of the week, know that game, excuse me game. And my game of the week is Seattle at Jacksonville. I think it's going to be a pretty good, interesting game. Seattle just lost to Tampa Bay at home. Jacksonville just came off a big win against Kansas City at the house. I think they're going to be a pretty good, interesting game. Next game we got, know that game. Y'all know what know that mean, man. You know these folk going to win. These folk going to shake a pee. These folk going to make it do what it do. You got to know that the Los Angeles Rams gonna beat the Baltimore Ravens and cover the 7.5 points they getting them. You got to know that if you don't know nothing else. Shaking it, and last but not least, man, excuse me game. Y'all know what excuse me mean, man. Somebody they gave points to that they ain't had no business getting the points to, and they lost. They beat them without the point. We call that excuse me where I come from. And my excuse me game is the Detroit Lions over the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are the favorite. I got Detroit beating them straight up with the 1.5 or without. Detroit win the game straight up. I appreciate y'all, man. This your boy Moore Drive. I represent Knowdatsports to the fully. That was the week 6 breakdown. Same bat channel, same bat time. Next week for week 7. It's your boy Moore Drive. I fuck with folks who fuck with me. Know that if you don't know nothing else. Shaking it.